are back, dear viewers, and now we will go on with our first interview segment. Joined Kuwait Airways on scholarship after graduating from high school and was sent to Scotland to study aircraft engineering after graduating. Have worked as an engineer in Kuwait Airways hangar ever since. Now hold the position of hangar aircraft maintenance manager. His favorite hobbies are fishing, cycling and water sports. Have had the pleasure of visiting aircraft manufacturing companies such as Airbus and Boeing, which he found very interesting. Dear viewers, let's welcome Mr. Dawood Al-Ali, Aircraft Maintenance Hangar Manager. Hello and good morning, Mr. Dawood.
Good morning. Thank you for this opportunity to tell the viewers about the wonderful things that we do to make our aircraft safe and...
You are most welcome. I am happy that you are optimistic because this subject can be scary because aircraft flying, thank God we didn't hear a lot of stories about aircraft crashing. I'm sorry I started this interview with this word, but tell us about the checks that you do and the maintenance that you do usually.
Our aircraft, between each flight, even if it's a short time, it has to be checked by an engineer. Things are inspected, oil levels are checked. The engineer will do what we call the walk around check, where he will walk all the way around the aircraft, inspecting every area.
Is that enough for just walking around it?
No, there's also from the cockpit, he will check things, and
Yes.
from inside the aircraft. This is between each flight, even when you think the flight is just parked for a short time, but it has to be fueled, the oil levels have to be checked, and this is all to ensure that it is the safest form of transport that you can
Mr. Dawood,
fly
I'm sure that there are different types of checks. So there are the usual routine checks and the really deep check for this aircraft. Could you tell us about the types of checks?
Yes, what I mentioned before was about the line maintenance checks between the flights, but then every so often the aircraft has to come to us in the hangar, and we'll do either a check that will last 1 or 2 days, or the aircraft may stay for a longer check, which we call a C check, which it might stay for a week or even 2 weeks, which is more in-depth, more detailed inspection, where we'll open up a lot of panels on the aircraft and really check everything for it.
So what are some of the most reoccurring things that you need to check and maintain? So when you take the plane, we don't know anything about the plane. I only know one thing, the engine. That's it. So when you take it to the hangar, which is the place where you take the plane to have the maintenance, routinely, what are some of the most, we call them the usual suspects, that you need to change or maintain?
Well, obviously, wheels and brakes is the first thing that comes to mind. But when the aircraft first comes to the hangar, there's a lot of things that we have to do to the aircraft to make it safe for the people to work on it and to make sure that the aircraft is in a safe condition. And then they will carry out inspections on the aircraft. They will inspect all different areas of the aircraft, different engineers inspecting different areas. And even inside the engines, they will inspect with a borescope and a screen, and they will look into each blade for any cracks or problems inside the engines. And if there was anything there that is significant, then the engine will have to be replaced. Even the manufacturer can also see what we are filming inside the engine. So rest assured that our aircraft are very safe and our engines are very safe. And we have people who are specialized in this field for many years. We have a great team of highly qualified people who do a lot of work behind the scenes to make sure that these aircraft fly safely and you reach your destination.
We are glad that you are the manager of the hangar, because you believe that Kuwait Airways now it's going to the international globally, because we saw Kuwait Airways taking really good development in the airways. So now I have a question from me, not from the producer. does the pilot know anything about engineering that he will call you? He said there's something maybe wrong with the aircraft, even if you say it's okay.
Between each flight,
Yes.
the captain will write in what we call a logbook anything that he notices during the flight. Also, he'll get messages on the screens in the cockpit, which he'll also report to us.
Yes.
So between each flight, we have a book between us. He will write whatever his observations, and we will, based on what he writes, we will have extra checks and extra tests on the aircraft to make sure that if there was anything there, we can find it, repair it, and take care of it.
Because any minor error can lead to a catastrophe. You know, this is an airplane. We don't neglect any information about this. Now, there is something in safety is big issue. What does NDT means? And if you can explain it to us.
Yeah, this is a form of testing, a form of checking for cracks in materials and components and structure. It's called non-destructive testing. There's various formats to do that. It's started with X-ray, and then there is dye-penetrant, there is eddy current, there is many different forms of NDT, and the manufacturer will specify which type of inspection for each area or each component.
Yes. So do you think that we have all these technologies nowadays?
Yes.
Do you think we are, in terms of, do we need any development in terms of Kuwait Airways or in Kuwait in the hangar business? Because we as viewers, we don't know what is going on with the aircraft, but we love flying.
Yes.
We love to travel.
Yes.
So we need to know more about this here in Kuwait.
Well, you need to know we have been flying for more than 70 years, and we have a very good safety record.
Yeah.
So our priority is always safety in Kuwait Airways. Maybe other airlines think more about profit and other things, but in Kuwait Airways, safety is number one.
Yes.
And our highly qualified team take every measure to ensure that our aircrafts fly safe and are in good condition.
We believe in that, and we appreciate that your work, because every time I ask you a question, I see your eyes light, because you think that we are actually in a good place in terms of Kuwait Airways. What do you see, because you are now a hangar manager? This place is really sensitive in the Kuwait Airways overall. Yeah. What do you think about this place, and do you see a better future? Not, of course, it's good now. Do you think we are going in a even better place?
We are getting newer aircraft. At this time, we have aircraft being manufactured for us in and we are going to receive these aircraft within the next few months. We'll have more new aircraft. The old aircraft are being phased out. We are always going for the latest technology.
Latest, yes. We saw that in Kuwait Airways, yes.
And this field is always changing. So I mean, the old aircraft had different technologies. Now everything is developing more high-tech, and
does that mean more problems? Because new technologies, new maintenance, I think.
Well, it means that the aircraft are more efficient, first of all.
Yeah.
So they are burning less fuel, and they are more environmentally friendly.
Of course, AI will be involved. I don't know, somehow.
Somehow, yes. Yeah. There is ways that they are involved, and the aircraft is also testing and checking its own systems. You will get a message that will tell you you have to go and check this.
So it will take less time than
can be less time and can be more efficient, easier to check, and
do you think it's going to be better? Because new technologies, we know that every manager or every employee will take the, let's call, crash course of this new technologies. So you are always learning.
Yes,
every day.
this field, you never stop learning from the days you are in school to when you graduate, and then every time there's a new aircraft that comes into service, you have to study again. You may be staying 2 or 3 months in the training center, and you will be examined on each subject. And then when you come back, you will have a practical training, which you will also be examined on. And then finally, you will have an oral exam before you are allowed to touch the aircraft.
I am happy that you're doing all of that, because that's what actually should be done in terms of this sensitive subject, which is aircraft maintenance.
Yes.
This is not easy, of course. I think it's the right thing to do. What do you think about it?
If you love the subject, then you will enjoy it, although it's a lot of hard work, but always the emphasis is on safety. And you mentioned the new aircraft as well. The new aircraft will have, what the passenger will notice is larger screens, 4K resolution,
larger seats,
and larger seat, yes, more comfortable seats. We always have we have good spacing between the seats to give the customer a more comfortable experience
within the safety and requirement.
Yes.
So this is really interesting to talk about the maintenance of aircraft, which is something really big. I think you gave us a lot of valuable information. We would like to thank you, Mr. Dawood. Thank you so much.
Thank you for this opportunity.
You are most welcome.
It's always a pleasure.
Yes, it's our pleasure actually. That was Mr. Dawood Ali, Aircraft Maintenance Manager Hangar. Now we go to a quick break and we will continue. Good morning, Kuwait. Stay with us.